Okay, so my name is Joshua Sherman. I'm sitting here interviewing someone who is a converted Christian. So let's begin by, can you state your name, please?
My name is Ricky Alvarez.
Okay, Ricky, what religion did you convert from?
Islam.
Islam. And how long were you of the Islamic belief?
That's about 10 years.
About 10 years. Okay, now is that religion monotheistic or is it paganist?
I'm monotheistic.
Okay, now,
Only one God.
okay, only one God. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Like, who is God for the Islamic religion?
Well, as Christians, we say God. In Islam, we say Allah. And we say Allah because you can't add to it. In other religions, they say God, and they can add on to it. They say God, the God of the Son, and all these other different religions. But with Islam, you say Allah, you can't add to it. He's only one God, and He is the only one to be praised. And what's emphasized in Islam is the last messenger was the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay, so Muhammad is a prophet. Now, what piece of literature governs this religion? For us, it's the Bible. What's your main book for Islam?
The Quran.
The Quran. Okay. What is the physical location of where you worship? For us, we worship at like a church, or we call it the temple, the sanctuary, the tabernacle. All of those names are places that we use to speak about our place of worship. What do you all call what do you used to call, I should say, where you used to worship?
We call it the mosque, or we call it the masjid.
The
And
mosque or
sometimes
the
it's
masjid?
called the Islamic Center. And when they call it the Islamic Center, it's because they have different programs and schools that they have. So they may have a school for Arabic language. They may have a school for the youth, and they may teach certain grades or certain programs for the youth. As far as adults, they may have different programs for marriage counseling. So that's why you sometimes call it the Islamic Center. But it's
Oh,
actually a mosque, masjid.
very interesting. Now, I have Rick on the phone, but I want to make sure that these answers are being communicated clearly on the video. He said that they call it the mosque or was it Mass J? Mosque J?
Masjid.
Mass J.
MSJID.
Or they call it a center, the Islamic Center. And he said it's usually called an Islamic Center when it has the amenities to learn. And that's not limited to a certain age. That's for adults, youth, male, and female. Is that correct, Rick?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now my next question is, for us at the church, in the religion of Christianity, you can become a pastor, a bishop, an apostle, an evangelist. Um, it goes on and on. What are various positions that one can obtain at the mosque?
Not too many. We call it the imam. Imam is similar to in the Christian faith, like a preacher or a pastor. So we call them the imam.
And so they're over everything, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Over the mosque.
Okay. And what is the general process to become an imam?
The general process is we call it the six articles of faith. They call it the six articles of faith, and that faith is belief in Allah, that there is only one God, belief in the angels, belief in the holy book, which is the Quran, belief in the prophets, in the final prophet, the Prophet Muhammad, belief of the Day of Judgment, and belief that God's predestination. Those
Wow.
are the six articles of faith.
Okay, now again, just to clarify the question, in Christianity, our sacred ceremonies are baptism, and communion. Those are like sacred ceremonies for us, and it varies again according to the denomination. I was raised primitive Baptist, so just as the disciples, Jesus washed the disciples' feet. In my denomination, we actually had a foot washing ceremony. Like, we were known for foot washing. Are there specific ceremonies that they have in the Islamic religion that are sacred for the religion?
Yes, you have salat. That's big prayer. Prayer is 5 times a day. Before you pray, you always do salat, and that is the washing of the hands and feet and face. Other ceremonies such as, and I don't know if you want to call it ceremonies, but fasting for 30 days, and that's Ramadan. The other one is zakat, and that's like an offering of giving. So in the Christianity, we have our offering tithes. Same here. It's kind of similar, but we have offering, giving to others, donations, things like that. And then the last one is to make Hajj, and that's to Mecca. And it's one we would like, and I say again, most Muslims want their families to at least go to Mecca at least one time in their life.
Okay, and I've actually heard of that. It's interesting because it seems like in our religion we have ceremonies. You all have more so life experiences. It's a little different, but very interesting. Okay, what is the ultimate objective of the religion? And let me clarify what I mean. For us as Christians, our ultimate objective is to we live right, but not just for the purposes of live right. We live right because we want to live with God ultimately one day. We want to go to heaven. And heaven is to live with God. So our objective is to make it to heaven. What for you all is the ultimate objective? What are you ultimately trying to achieve by fasting and doing all of these things?
And that's pretty much on the same lines is to know that there is one God and He is the only one to be worshipped and praised. Paradise is what they call heaven.
Okay.
So in Christianity, it's called heaven, and they call it paradise.
Okay. And now, if one does not go to paradise, what is the alternative location?
And they call it hellfire.
Hellfire. Wow. Okay. And this is like my last question. What would you say is the major difference between I'm sure there are several, but one that sticks out to you, like just emphatically, a difference between Christianity and Islam?
Um, what made me come back to Christianity, and I was raised as Christian with my family, the Holy Trinity. In Islam, they say Muslims don't believe in the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And that kind of made me just research more information, and that made me turn after I found out more reading into it, that being that they only believe in one Allah, and they don't really give the Jesus, they don't recognize Jesus as the Son of God. They only recognize Jesus as a prophet. So that
Wow.
is the one big difference that stood out for me.
Yeah, he's Lord for us. So that's definitely a major difference. Well, Rick, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for enlightening us. I have to say that through this interview, I have so many other questions that have been created. They have developed through this interview, even as far as like the social status. I know in church sometimes we go through social difficulties. I'm interested to talk with you later on to find out, do those things exist, in the mosque, and as I said, many other questions. But ultimately, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, this is the interview between Rick Broadnax and myself, Joshua Sherman. God bless you, Rick. Have a good night.